So I know this is a little hard to read, but if you care, you can zoom in or whatever. But anyway, so we left at, you just don't like me pointing it out. She said, you weren't nice in recent emails or historical dramedies I called out, so that seems out of context. I felt like the rant about my mom would be taken out of context / judged by you, and I thought you would feel it was too aggro / general. I shouldn't have assumed. Ha ha! Haven't not have was a typo from the phone, and nah, I talked about the one time. I didn't say it was the only time. I said it was the one time I wouldn't talk about. Then I used a brief example in my second follow-up. So yeah, nopes. It's cool. You're ready for whatever you're getting from me, apparently. I don't get that statement at all. So just keep rambling and not listen. I no longer care at all. This is your quality of music, right? That's from her. I'm like, nope, you aren't right. White girl was never a thing I flipped out about. It was at the entire thing and then the side note, and I didn't flip out at all. In fact, I was laughing and remained calm during the entirety of this. You were flipping out, but in fairness, you did point this to being a trigger, so okay, I can deal. I'm like, okay, my quality of music, and now I'm rambling. So like, do you not see how you're being mean? Your logic has been confusing throughout. Your emotions, well, hurtful and flamboyant. Yes, I remember Rosita very well. Sorry I was rude to you in Denny's in high school. It obviously struck a chord. Haha, okay. Glad you think you remember that one time. Yes, you did start this. You assumed anyone was salty about your humor and misread, understood what was being talked about, and then continued to tout comedy like it was a thing or issue. Actually, I was asking her, but whatever. To flip out doesn't require your permission. I disagree. You're going to go off, make yourself look caring and concerned about your humor's role is bullshit. Ha, that's pretty dismissive. Oh, Odette was triggered. Nah, I was worried you'd be you. And lo, what do we have? You being you. Unlistening, projecting, and self-entitled winning. Good for you, gallant. Later, gators. Fuck, dude. I'm like, wow, talk about dramedy. I didn't say it required your permission to flip out. You do so whenever you want to, regardless of anyone else's anything. I didn't assume I asked. That's why I asked. Wow. I just didn't see a parallel, was trying to understand, and here you go acting again. Can anyone actually just give a shit without it being something else? Jesus Christ. Might equals right. Haha, I'm sorry. I work alone. That one's definitely not my chair, not my problem. She answers, you didn't give a shit though, silly. I answered you and you weren't satisfied. Then you went on. I don't think you do remember Rosita well, actually, but I'm a raging bitch, eh? Good luck with that in lives. Notice I never called her a raging bitch. Good chat, Holmes. I think that's a reference to Terry Holmes, which she had nothing to do with. I'm like, you really don't get it, do you? Ever notice what happens when you're in a group of 3 almost every single time? It's called bullying. You always make sure to bully someone so it's not you. Rosita is your example? I'm sorry, is that a joke? I was bullied out of my own home and left so you'd have one, which I gave you well past the point that you asked for or everyone was comfy with. Not my fault you left the door open and landlords found your stuff. I'm not saying I've never been mean, never fucked up, never hurt your feelings. I'm saying it takes one to know one, and you do it often. Case in point here, actually. How many insults and accusations and berating did you apply to what? My questions? Wow, appropriate. Food for thought. Speaking of which, I'm hungry. Know anything about that one? Yeah. I'm like, lives. Okay, good one. What's with you? Are you a raging bitch? I don't know. Maybe you're just acting. Your answer didn't make much sense, actually. And okay, I didn't give a shit. Yet another person who is not good enough for caring about you. Okay, Odie, it's just what you do to justify ditching out. White girl, haha, like I give a shit. What the fuck, just making shit up. Cool story, though. Actually, my quality of music is awesome. You'd know if you tuned in to more than what you just wanted to hear. Good, and then here's her. Goodbye. You are not kind almost all the time. You are a petty, entitled brat. You didn't get kicked out of Rosita. You were on drugs or having an episode. You obviously don't remember how you treated me from the night I got there. That's fine. I never left the door open. I didn't ask for shit except a place to stay. Haha, see how you just did what you're accusing me of? Ha, remember me as a bully. That's cool. You're a great person. Glad we had this tete. I don't remember footage well, or don't remember manipulated footage well. Well, might doesn't equal right. Right. What kind of drugs? And, any proof that I knew I was taking them? No, because it was in the weed, which means we were on drugs. What's that? No proof? What a shame. Did you know? Probably. You sure as shit brought up satanic cults, but my kid died regardless. The episode had nothing to do with the shit you were pulling in my house, eh? It actually goes against satanic codes, something I learned from you from your visit. And yeah, you left the door wide open when I wasn't even in LA, which is why I got a call about who else is living here and how long. Geez, you say I don't remember Rosita well. It's kind of unnerving. And it was reiterated, and then it got cut off. And she goes, ha, good on ya. Yep, I'm a raging bitch and a bully and a liar, apparently. Glad you think so highly of yourself. That will suit you well. But it's funny, you don't get that you're too self-righteous to be kind to anyone. Keep holding your head up with your nose hanging in disdain and disgust. That's how I'll remember you. Bye. Hey, we've been doing this. You're remembering how you want to. That's I don't know what MS is. Fine, keep on. And according to you, you got pregnant in SF and SC. So what does a baby have to do with Rosita? Oh, I think you know. I think the world knows. Again, don't answer that because I really don't care. Just point out how into conflating you are. And no, I never brought up satanic cults. Those are for loser neckbeards. Meth is a transfer through fluids. Mary was on meth, so start there. I didn't leave the door open as you'd both told me from day one Moxie would do that sometimes. And yeah, it's weird how you're always the victim in stories with me as a character and you remain pure, clean, rational, kind, ever giving. I'm like, holy shit. Are you for real? It's actually crazy the shit you're saying. Yes, you did bring up Satanism in my house and even have me look up their bylaws. Larry wasn't into meth, which is why big surprise you have no proof except an off-color joke I made about after we split. He's bipolar, as you know. Third, fluids are a non-issue, as you fucking know. Clearly you didn't care to let me know what you knew and then didn't care about my kid, so you don't need to repeat this because it's cruel. I cared about yours. Any insert erroneous insult here can do that much. You paint faces that look at the viewer in disgust because, I quote, you want them to hate yourself. So, no different here. And like, wow, lady, talk about manipulation in games. I apologize. I admitted when I was wrong. I asked for clarification questions when you were on some sort of tunnel vision there, girly, entitled of a $50K a year education, I guess. And actually, haha, I didn't just do what you accused me of because unlike what I can admit when I'm wrong, which I've done at various points. I'm not sure why you think I'm behaving this way. I'm not sure why you think behaving this way is okay. Seems actually petty, bratty, entitled. Gotta love snags. A lot came out here, I'm glad. Logic would state that the cat doesn't have a key or the ability to pull the door closed. She did, and if that was a little open, which it would have still had to have been for her to be the one who did it if you were gone. I got a lecture. You were not out on time that was marked. I left because you were being hella hurtful and I knew if I stayed I'd want you to leave, so I removed myself for us both. You are welcome. Now I'm blamed for that too. Perfect. You weren't supposed to be there, and then when Larry started sleeping in his car because you commandoed the AC, he asked me to get you out. He paid rent, as you did. You didn't live there, and then I get the blame for that shit? Ha ha, whatever. Whatever you say, lady, this shit is cracked. You overstayed the 3 or 4 days you asked for, so at 2 weeks I called you out. And now I'm getting this shit. I wasn't even there, and yet it's my fault that you decided to behave how you, an adult, chose to in someone else's home. You knew what you had been doing when I got my feelings hurt, and you did it with that look in your eye. You aren't stupid, playing your little game. And San Francisco, actually, Odie, well, I couldn't be more sad about what happened and mourned your ill fortune at great length, greater than you know, because I didn't want to put it on you. Why did I not want to go to the concert? Do you know why I didn't want to go to the concert? I bet not. It doesn't resonate with you. You were being a bully and I didn't like it. You But I did drive all the way up to San Francisco to pay you for the ticket I didn't use. And yep, you had your friends going with you too, so check your guilt trip at the door because you are your responsibility. Blame the girl who dropped you off early if you want to blame someone. But as I knew it, you were all good when I left you, money in one hand and an extra ticket. No one left you living outside for 3 years to get slowly murdered and whatever else because they just couldn't deal with the unintended consequences and are frothing to tell you some bullshit about what a piece of shit you are as you're dying. No, the goodbye isn't yours, it's mine, and there will be no memory of you because I won't be around to hold it. But please tell me how you're the victim of my entitlement, girl who always had more material than I. Car number what? Greedy what? Haha, what a crock. She goes, you told me he was hanging out with a dude who was doing meth and he thought he was too. I didn't know about fluids then. Fluids are more than jizz, silly. I brought up the satanic verses books and 11 rules. I never talked about the cults. I am not and have never been into that. I have no clue what you're talking about, that I didn't care about your kid, because you just stated it. I never knew you were pregnant except for once in UCSC possibly, but after the fact, and did express sympathy. You're way off and going for low blows because you think you're a better quality human than me, as you always have. That's fine, I respect it. Logic, yes. I didn't say 3 or 4 days. You said 2 weeks. I never fought with Larry about the AC, so yeah, I don't know what that's still about. But yeah, you're right. I'm glad you've helped me understand. I'm like, yes, I said I thought he used it that night. Not that he was using it, and I highly doubt you're talking about his earwax. So unaccountable. I'm going for low blows as opposed to what the fuck you are doing. Low blows? Are you serious right now? Silly. The mother of all condescension. But go on about my elitism. Low blows. No, man, something's off. If you knew, then you are responsible. If you didn't, then you're not. I don't make the rules, man. And I'm like, actually, you did say initially 3 or 4 days, but okay, rewrite it. And had we agreed to 2 weeks, there'd be no quote-unquote getting kicked out. Had you been respectful, you would have been left or brought it up. But no, it had to be an awkward phone call. First about you, then to you. I mean, like nothing. No, I get it now. Or thank you for doing your best for both of us. It's just blame, insult, blame, stop playing victim. And I'm like, you are. You can't acknowledge it. It's like, where do you go from there? And I'm like, well, Larry said that you were turning off the air conditioning, and so he slept in his car. I wasn't there, so I don't know. I'm going off hearsay. All I know is when the person who lives there wants you gone, I have to respect that. I still respect that choice, and the door opening, however it didn't lead to you not being discovered and me being lectured about it. I gave you your 2 weeks despite the problems it caused, so your point, what is your point exactly? I'm cited on your list for it, and I'm still like, I kept my word, gave you more than you initially asked for, and respected my landlord and boyfriend while being mad at you, so I don't get it. And she goes, ha, you're right, I'm a liar, bully, bitch, petty, entitled, wrong, off base, out of pocket, going for low blows. You're right, thanks. But notice, she just keeps saying the same thing that I'm not even saying.